If you still can't speak English, it's not your fault. It's the method that's wrong. Hello, I'm Coach Alex, and today I'm going to show you a completely different way to learn English. A simple method, natural, and above all, effective. Ask yourself this question. How did you learn your native language? You never opened a grammar book. You never memorized long vocabulary lists, and yet you speak it perfectly. Why? Because you simply listened. Thousands of hours of listening. Your brain absorbed the sounds, the structures, the emotions naturally, without effort and without even realizing it. So why do millions of people study English for years and still can't hold a real conversation? The answer is simple. Traditional methods do everything backwards. In school, we start with rules, with grammar, with exceptions. We're forced to think before we speak. And that habit, that mental block, becomes deeply ingrained. We translate in our heads. We're afraid of making mistakes, so we stay silent. Years of effort for disappointing results. At SpeakZen Academy, we asked a different question. What if you could learn English the same way you learned your native language? We studied the best methods in the world. Effortless English by A.J. Hogue, based on immersive stories and emotion. The Natural Approach by Dr. Stephen Krashen, which shows that the brain acquires language through comprehensible input, and other powerful methods. We took the best from each one and fixed their weaknesses. The result? The SpeakZen method, the most natural, the most effective, and the most enjoyable way to learn English today. Here's how the SpeakZen system works in practice, and why it's completely different from anything you've tried before. The SpeakZen program runs over 24 weeks. That's about 6 months of progressive learning. Each week, you focus on one single piece of content, but in a smart way, based on repetition. Your goal is not to consume more, but to master deeply. Every day, your learning is structured around 4 powerful elements. First, ZenStory. You listen to a captivating story, told in English, sentence by sentence. At the beginning of the week, you are guided to understand through reading and light contextual support. Then, as the days go by, you come back to the same lesson again and again, but this time without reading or translation. Your brain absorbs the sounds, the structures, the emotions, just like a child learning their native language through immersion. You gradually move into active listening, and then into deep listening, naturally and smoothly. No complicated rules. Second, ZenPractice. After the story, it's time for action. You train through listening and direct interaction by answering questions based on what you heard and understood in ZenStory. And here too, repetition is key. You repeat the same structures, you use them, until they become automatic. You build your fluency through active repetition, without effort, without pressure, in a natural and progressive way. Third, ZenGrammar. And here, something special happens. Using the point of view technique, you listen to the same sentences, but in 3 forms: present, past, and future. Your brain integrates grammar naturally, in context, without ever memorizing abstract rules. This is grammar you experience, not grammar you memorize. And finally, the challenge. Twice a week. First, the discovery phase. On the 3rd day of the week, you train freely, without pressure and without evaluation. Then, the final challenge on the 7th day. Through 3 exercises, you speak and record your voice. The goal is to break the fear and enter the fluency phase. Then, your response is analyzed automatically. Your fluency, your pronunciation, and your grammar. You receive a score out of 100 with clear, step-by-step feedback. Below 70, you try again. Not to stop you, but to guarantee real progress. On your dashboard, you track your progress in real time, speaking, fluency, and pronunciation. And every week, You compare your level with learners from around the world in a live global ranking. The result? In just a few months, you stop translating in your head, and you start thinking directly in English. And now, the best part. At SpeakZen, we believe in our method so much that we take all the risk for you. Signing up is completely free, no credit card required, unlimited access to the entire program. You start, you learn freely. At the end of the first month, you make a decision. If you see that you're making progress and you want to continue to the next month, then you simply pay for the past month, and you continue with another month, free again until you see your results once more, and so on. And if you're not satisfied, if you feel like you haven't made progress, you pay nothing. Zero risk, zero pressure, zero commitment. And on top of that, the price remains symbolic, about the cost of a simple meal. It's that simple. So, everything you've just seen is only a small part of what SpeakZen Academy can truly offer you. If you want to experience this smart system for yourself, all you have to do is click the button just below this video. Signing up is free. You can start immediately. For the best experience, we recommend downloading and installing the app using the button at the bottom of the screen. But be aware, the number of spots is limited depending on our current server capacity. So if access is open right now, take advantage of it. Your new life in English starts today.